With a single token, which will be the token of the Meta Collective, you will get a broad exposure to all of these assets. We got this collection of 5,000 unique pieces made by a famous artist, and basically they will give like an early access to the DAO. Hi all, this is Federico Natali from Italy here in Dubai, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Meta Collective. Meta Collective will be the first DAO built on Solana that will invest in projects related to DeFi, NFT, sports, and all those projects that I consider exotics. Exotic means anything which is strange, and that includes like real estate, exotic real estate, actually let's say digital real estate, like the one you can find on Decentraland. And we saw there is like a great demand for this, but it's really difficult to access this kind of sector. If you are a retailer, you will have like thousands and thousands of projects to choose from, and it's really difficult to do the due diligence. On the other hand, all the other deals are getting snapped up by VC. By investing like in the DAO, first of all, we're gonna basically act as a distributed, decentralized autonomous organization where everybody will be able to submit an investment proposal, everybody will be able to cast a vote, and everybody will be benefit from the wisdom of the crowd. This project is for everybody that has never invested in crypto, and also for the people that have been investing in crypto for many years. And this is because you will have like a single token that gives you access to a very broad basket of different assets. These assets are very liquid, they're assets difficult to source, and they're assets difficult to monitor. So with a single asset, with a single token, which will be the token of the Meta Collective, you will get a broad exposure to all of these assets. It works really easy. You buy a single token. This token can be split into two tokens. One is like a voting token to participate in the governance of the DAO, and the second one is a claim token, basically a claim token that gives you access to the dividends, which will be distributed, and all to the royalties that will be distributed by the DAO. To kickstart this process, we also decided to launch an NFT project, and we did this in only 1 week, and it was a great success because we sold like $70,000 of NFT in 1 week, which was the bull, because it symbolized a little bit the spirit of the crypto market, which is being bullish in the long term, and because essentially cryptocurrencies are, we see them as call option on human greed. We got this collection of 5,000 unique pieces made by a famous artist, and basically they will give like an early access to the DAO. It will be like an entry pass to invest in the fund. Web 3.0 is like a very broad term which is used to describe, like a little bit of everything, but at the same time is not very precise. We use it to define everything that is like the bleeding edge of investment markets, so basically anything that can be tokenized and which is being tokenized at the moment. And this is, as I said before, music, sport, art, real assets, and so forth and so on. The next step for us is, understanding how the governance works very in depth, because we will have to set a threshold for submitting proposals. We will have to understand which is the right threshold, because obviously you don't want to get like 100 proposals to vote on every day, and this is like something very important that requires like a lot of analysis and study. So this will be the first step. The second step will be actually like building an MVP of this product, which I think is going to be available in like 1 or 2 weeks. What we are seeing at the moment is that there is not a single blockchain winning, but there are like multiple blockchains. So they're essentially like highways, and people like traveling on different highways. So what we see having like a lot of potential is the bridge between these different railways. And bridges are great because they're able to monetize. There are like a lot of these platforms that allow you to go from Tether, from Ethereum to Polygon, or from Polygon to Binance Smart Chain. And every time you go from one bridge, you pay just 1 or 2 basis points. And this, I think this is going to be like the next big theme for the next 12 months.